Hello everyone and welcome to another Wayfarers East Heroclix tutorial. In our last couple of videos we were checking out abilities and how to identify things. And for this video we're going to be looking into characters playing cards. Now every character has a card and it reflects everything that is on a character's dial. So anything from the abilities to the symbols that it has to its point value to its name. A couple things to notice: that at the top of the card you do have your character's name along with a concept art of the character that you're using, and then also underneath the character's name you'll notice that there are words. In this Dracula's case it says Legions of Monsters, Monster, Mystical, Ruler, and Warrior. These are keywords and they will be pointed out in a later date, but for right now all you need to know is that they are used for creating theme teams. Alright, so next on the dial you'll notice that it has a bunch of colored circles on the left hand side with some symbols in them. Those are your abilities for the specific value that you would look at a dial. So for example, the first one you'll see is a star that represents a trait, and traits specifically we'll get into are abilities that you have throughout the entire game that you never lose, can't be outwitted or anything like that. We will get to that at a later video. But then if you'll notice right below that there is a white circle with a wing in it. That means that Dracula has a special power for his movement ability. And if I get Dracula here, the click that he's on right now doesn't necessarily have that movement ability, but I will click him down or up, and you can see that the white wing represents that white circle for that movement ability. Likewise, at the very bottom of the card you see the white shield with a line through it, also represents that he's got the white special power for his defense. And white powers, the only way you're going to know what they're doing is if you do look at a character's character card. So if you don't have one for your character, I highly suggest you print one off on the internet or something along those lines. Now, if you'll also notice in the circles, they do have the symbols that correspond with the character. So there are wings in the first ones, and then he's got the fist and that red circle right there. And then there is the white shield with a line through it, meaning that the character is indomitable. And then at the end, you've got your damage kapows, meaning that it's a standard damage character. And so the colors inside will correspond with the ability that the character has. So if you'll notice that the dark green circle means that the character has a dark green movement, which would give him the ability Charge, which you can see on the very right. Now, they give all the different names and things, so that Seasoned, Krager, Shock, Troops, or something like that along those lines. Those aren't important. What you need to pay attention to is the Charge, Earthbound, Neutralized, Blades, Claws, Fangs at the end of the ability. And then at the very bottom of the card you have the character's point value, which would also be able to see on the dial. You can see right there Dracula's got a point value of 220 on his dial, and then also the universe that the character's from. So Dracula would be from the Marvel universe. And then on the very back of the card you have the couple identifying factors on the top. First is that the game is from Heroclix. They have to put their logo on there somewhere. And then also you can see the gold 28 up at the top right, meaning that the character is a super rare, and then also has its set, which is Fear itself, and the piece number inside there. So it's a super rare piece from the Fear itself set, and that can also be corresponded with the character's dial right there. Let me focus in. Character's dial, so you can see the gold Fear itself symbol and then the number 28 on its dial. And so that's basically everything with that. And then at the very bottom it has a couple fun facts. So the character's real name, Vlad Tepes Dracula, and significant appearance. So what specific comic it appears in. In this case it's the Fear itself comic, Hulk vs. Dracula #1, which came out in 2011. And then your copyrights at the very bottom, probably that I'll get sued for showing you this or something along those lines. And that's basically all there is for a character's character card. Make sure you pay attention to these when you get them, because they do have their special abilities on. As you can see, Blood Armor, Dracula can use Impervious, and if opposing character took damage from his attack since last turn, this power can't be countered and reduces damage to 0 on the result of 4 through 6. So it's a jacked up Impervious that can't be getting rid of if an opposing character took damage from his attack since last turn. And then, likewise, it also has the traits on there. Everybody's traits will be different. And then sometimes you'll also have, as you can see with Bilbo Baggins here, he's got his improved movement trait as well. So there are the star traits and there are the improved movement traits. Some characters will have both, some will have neither, depending on how important or significant the character is. That's basically all there is for identifying character cards. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it and subscribe to Wayfarers East. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter and wayfarerseast.com. And without further ado, have a great day.